Willie D. Live.
The music industry right now. What 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 are some of the strategies that you use back in the day that you think that could still be applied today in independent music?
That one I keep going back to. Just don't take no for an answer. Just okay. So it's multifaceted. Okay, you can't just say we're going to make this happen and be stupid about it. So what you got to do is you got to say, okay, we're going to make this happen, and then you need to set the foundation where you can make it happen, which is you don't get beyond your means. So what you have to do is you have to run a tight ship and maintain some working capital and maintain some energy in yourself where you're not burning out, and maintain your network where you're not burning them out and you're not burning your bridges. And so think about how to incrementally, like brick by brick by brick, lay those bricks up in there to build that, because you're building something. And do it brick by brick relentlessly, and don't do things that are going to bring what you've already done back down again. So you have to be able to maintain it. If you're just, James used to say, a quarter horse, then you're just going to go out there and you're going to run yourself to the point where you're out of breath, and then you can't, and then you're out for the race.
So what are you doing today to make sure that you don't burn out?
Pacing
because you're
myself.
always working on something.
Yep.
You always working on something. Yeah. So you pace yourself.
I pace myself.
Yeah.
And I have a realistic vision of what I'm up against. And so I look at the worst case scenario where I'm up against, worst case, and then I weigh it out in my head. Am I willing to do this worst case? And so worst case, it may be some really high mountains you got to climb to get this done. And it may take more years than it's supposed to. And so and if I'm not down with the worst case scenario, then I say, well, I really don't need to be doing this. Because I'm not going to sit there and half do this. I got to be committed and be willing to do whatever it takes. I can't sit there and just do it spur of the moment. And then when the first hardship comes, then you're ready to back out.
So what's that thing? Like you have, you've had a great run over the last 30, 35, 40 years or so.
I got slammed a few times too, though. Some of it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall. If
Overall.
you look at overall, I think a whole lot of people would be willing to walk in your shoes versus their shoes. You've had a lot of success. Yep. So what is it that gets you up these days? What's making you get up and stay up, like late, go to bed late, where the wifey is like, honey, get into bed, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah. I'm in that mode anyway. So what happens is when I finish a project, then I naturally go into build back mode and research mode, those two, and they kind of go hand in hand. And so research mode is where I'm building my skill set and what I know about, building my brain and my skill set. And then rebuild mode is where I'm building up, like personal assets and my health and my physical strength and that kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's good balance.
Yep. So those two come hand in hand, and then I go into that build back research mode, and then what'll happen is I'll get sparked on something, and then I'll either join a project or start a project.
Yeah.
And then I'm all in. Then it's flame on.
Right.
But like this last go round though, I was in the build back research mode for quite a ways, quite a few years before I really hit something. And then there I was again.
Yeah. Have you thought about being a professor? You'd make a good professor.
I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about it.
What would be an ideal university for you?
I don't know. I'm a little disenchanted with the education system though, with the universities, because they've did a pivot where instead of pure academia, where you're actually learning for the sake of learning, which is what I do when I'm in research mode. Instead of learning, they're trying to vocationally train you, even if it's Harvard or Yale or whatever. They're trying to put you into a position of a chief financial officer. It's all about plugging you into a company, because these are largely funded by corporations now. And what they want back is they want people that are trained to slot into their positions. And so they're training you to slot into a corporation to play the capitalist game and to monetize. And everything is focused on that. And so monetization, generally, if you're focused on that, that eats you out as a person individually. It guts you. It's soul sucking. So that's the big thing with academia now, is that now academia has become kind of soul sucking. So there's little pockets where there's still true academia, but it's largely succumbed to monetization and the whims of corporations that run it.
Yeah. I really appreciate you sitting down with me, man. This was long overdue. You are one of the unsung heroes of hip hop music in general. And absolutely, man, salute and thank you for your contributions.
Absolutely. Thank you. And for you too.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Cliff Blodget. No more talk.